Tatiana Schlossberg, the granddaughter of President John F. Kennedy and an environmental journalist, has died at the age of 35 following a battle with cancer. The JFK Library Foundation posted a message from Schlossberg's family saying, quote, "Our beautiful Tatiana passed away this morning. She will always be in our hearts." Last month, Schlossberg published an essay in the New Yorker revealing she had been diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia last year. Shortly after giving birth to her second child, she said she had undergone a series of clinical treatments, but the cancer returned. Schlossberg also said she became increasingly concerned about those treatments after her cousin, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. slashed funding for the National Institutes of Health. She wrote, quote, "I worried about the trials that were my only shot at remission. Early in my illness, when I had the postpartum hemorrhage, I was given a dose of misoprostol to help stop the bleeding. This drug is part of medication abortion, which at Bobby's urging is currently under review."
Tatiana Schlossberg, granddaughter of President John F. Kennedy, published a bold personal essay written while facing a terminal illness. Tatiana, who was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia in May 2024, just weeks after giving birth to her second child, writes that she may have about a year left to live. In the essay, she delivers a direct and blistering critique of her cousin, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., now serving as U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services. Tatiana accuses him of damaging public health by cutting hundreds of millions of dollars in research funding, including funding for mRNA vaccines and cancer therapies, treatments she says her own survival depended on. She also condemns his long history of anti-vaccine rhetoric and controversial policy decisions, arguing that his actions threaten not only her future, but the future of medical science as a whole. At one point, she calls him an embarrassment to their family legacy, writing that his choices have made the healthcare system feel unstable at the very moment she is fighting for her life.
Tatiana Schlossberg, who was the granddaughter to JFK, passed away today at the age of 35 after spending the past year battling a rare form of acute myeloid leukemia. She wrote that she had concerns about the ability for people, including herself, to get access to vaccines in the future because RFK Jr. had recently said that there are no vaccines that are safe and effective. He had cut $500 million of research into mRNA vaccine technology and slashed funds to various efforts related to cancer research, which could have potentially benefited her. I really appreciate the courage that it took for her to speak up at the time when it was near the end of her life to help raise awareness about what's been going on.